All right, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome on into Raiderland World Headquarters. We got a ton of stuff, as you can see from the rundown on the show tonight. We got Texas Tech football, their odds to make the college football playoffs. We got Jerry Jones and Micha Parsons, and really, it's just Jerry Jones versus the world on this one. We've got your favorite golfer. Who is that right now? WNBA, Stephen Colbert. They're all the same people. The era of entitlement versus harsh economic realities that nobody seems to want to get into. All of that plus the GBU good, bad, and ugly recap of the weekend. Stuff you liked, you didn't like, everything else. All right, so you guys know what to do to be a part of the show. You jump in on any of our wonderful platforms. They're all free. At Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter X, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland for YouTube and on Facebook Live. They're all free. Sign up for all of them. All right. Don't cost nothing. Then you share it with your friends, invite them, say we're talking about things that Red Raiders and West Texans and everybody else really ought to care about. So let's get the show going. Let's see what you guys have to talk about tonight. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. Start your day every day there, looking for our Raiderland hot links, questions of the day, and everything else. We get to introduce a couple of new sponsors tonight. No, not United Supermarkets at Market Street. They're bringing you the chat line. They've been around for years. They support Texas Tech, and like some grocery stores up here, you know them. And that's how you get all your comments and everything else on the chat line. We're talking about Fire and Ice, outdoor living, Woodrow Road, back over there towards, Lubbock Cooper High School and all that stuff over there. The ultimate, the best, the coolest place if you're into grilling, if you're into smoking meats, if you are looking for the best of the best, you're looking for Fire and Ice. Now, maybe you don't need a new smoker. You want one. Maybe you don't need it, but you're like me and you love sauces and rubs and all sorts of cool stuff. And just need to go over there and check out Fire and Ice. Also brought to you by Extreme. That's double Extreme Collision Paintless Dent Repair. North Frankfort Avenue in Lubbock. All the hell, all the severe weather, everything. You got your insurance ready to go. Everything's ready, but you're kind of waiting, going, all right, who am I going to talk to? Give our friends at Extreme Collision Paintless Dent Repair a holler. All right, tell them we sent you, welcoming them into Raiderland. Two new great sponsors tonight on the show. All right, where are you going to go tonight? Where are you going to start tonight? It's really up to you. What do you want to discuss? We have so many layers and levels on this one tonight. All right, so not earlier this morning, but Circus Sports, which is one of the sharpest books in Vegas, has their odds for Big 12 teams to make the college football playoff. Texas Tech at plus 450. Only Kansas State is ahead of Texas Tech. Would you buy Tech at plus 450? Is that a good number? You like that? What does it mean, though? Let me see if I've got these numbers. Brett McMurphy, posting it. Odds Big 12 teams to make the college football playoff via Circa Sports, Circus Swim. Our man Derek Stevens and Mike Palm. Kansas State plus 400, Tech plus 450, Utah plus 450, Arizona State plus 475, Baylor 600, Iowa State 825, TCU 900, Kansas 1200, BYU 1300. Why do you think they have Texas Tech as the second shortest odds, or best odds, however you want to phrase it, to make the college football playoff out of the Big 12? Why do you think they have that? Also tonight, we have Jerry Jones versus Micha Parsons, Dallas Cowboys training camp on the eve of opening. You have the opening salvo by Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, and it couldn't have been more peak Jerry Jones, right? The guy who's basically the same age as Joe Biden. Who would you like running less? Jerry Jones, the country, Joe Biden, the Dallas Cowboys. If you did a straight up flip, going back a year ago, obviously not. What would you mean? What would be worse? So Jerry Jones today taking a shot, and Jerry Jones will wait till the last minute to sign Micha Parsons and pay over the market average. They could have started this before the TJ Watt deal. CBS Sports, as Micha Parsons looks for a significant contract extension with the Dallas Cowboys, he and team owner Jerry Jones have not been shy when vocalizing their thoughts with training camp around the corner. The notable sound bites aren't stopping. Jones seemingly took a shot at his star pass rusher when speaking Monday and didn't exactly have all of his facts correct while doing so. I'm shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Jones said, just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year, seriously. But don't take it seriously. Seriously. Let's bite. Too seriously, Parsons was not out 6, out 4. Contracts are 4 or 5 years. Okay, there's a lot of water under the bridge. If you step out there and do something in the first 2 or 3, Jones said, you can get hit by a car. Seriously. So there's a lot to look over. All these years that could make a difference. Have you ever heard of any clubs committing to players and then they didn't pan out after they committed to them? We have. He wasn't done yet. Jones went on to give an example. I remember signing a player for the highest paid position in the league, and he got knocked out of 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott. So there's things you can think about, just as the player does when you're thinking about committing and guaranteeing money. 30 years of the Dallas Cowboys summed up right there by the comments made by Jerry Jones. Meanwhile, you had J.J. Watt. See if I can find this, with a tweet today that Micha Parsons retweeted, apparently. Give me just half a second to get there. Come on now. Got to find it. We're scrolling. Right, we're scrolling here. Yeah, so J.J. Watt sums up the whole deal. Anytime you can publicly take a dig at your star quarterback and your star pass rusher simultaneously, right before the season begins, you just got to take it. Talking about Jerry Jones, you got to take that shot. Nothing makes guys want to play or want to fight for you more than being and hearing how upset you are that they got hurt while fighting for you. Parsons retweeted that. I mean, does any of it shock you? But I mean, this is the deal, right? These are your Cowboys. This is what they do. What makes it so hard to root for them? So we have that tonight, and why the NBA just needs to cut bait with the WNBA. They're not thankful for what you've done, NBA, for 27 years. They were thankful in 1997. They were happy to have a league. They were thrilled. Players like Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops, they were thrilled to have a league. Glad to get paid to play basketball here in the United States of America. Now they don't care. All of that tonight and whatever else is on your mind. And we can get into the WNBA thing on why they're so flawed economically in their thinking. I mean, they're just like Stephen Colbert's supporters. I don't know about Stephen Colbert, but Stephen Colbert's supporters who think it's like either politics or that he should just be carried along while losing $40 million a year. Economics, apparently, in a large swath of America does not matter anymore. So tonight's show belongs to you. Get your comments, your questions in. Let's make it fun. Let's make it happen. Tech football plus 450. Make the college football playoff. You taking that? Why or why not? All right, Alan gets us started off first on our YouTube channel. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you really ought to. It's free, like all of our platforms. Jerry Jones alienated his top 2 stars and confirmed that not only is he aware of fake Jerry on the ticket, but he enjoys the bit. Fake Jerry is smarter than the real Jerry. You know, fake Jerry on the ticket, smarter, which should be in the room negotiating instead of the real Jerry Jones. And by the way, Jerry Jones has completely transcended Latter-day Al Davis, which is not Latter-day Saints, totally different. But Latter-day Al Davis with the Raiders, Jerry Jones has blown right past that. Somebody tackle that man. Just a normal day for the Cowboys. I feel bad for my Cowboy friends. I feel bad for my friends who still hold on to the idea that the Cowboys, as we said earlier today, they're in football purgatory. They're in financial paradise. because people enabled them. They fleeced the voters. Jerry Jones, 100% Jerry Jones should probably be allowed to do anything with marketing, branding, and fleecing the voters of the Metroplex, because that's what he's really good at. But again, when it comes to football for 30 years, you're no better than, well, who? No better than anybody. Even the Browns, you're no better than them. You're the same team. And what's your goal if you're Jerry Jones today, talking about Micha Parsons like that? Particularly after the T.J. Watt signing last week. I mean, I would be trying to kiss his butt and say, hey, how about a hometown discount, something? You know? How about a little bit? We want to keep you. We want to make you a Cowboy for life. Do you want to be a Cowboy for life? No, we don't get that. Instead, we get off the rails Jerry. Chris jumps in on Facebook. Brian Heights Raiderland on Facebook. It's just a really bad reality show now. It is, but people keep paying for it, right? They keep showing up. They keep buying the hats. They keep buying the gear. I mean, Alan, Chris, you guys are smart. I don't know that you're enabling it, but why do people keep enabling it? Is my question. I don't get it. But then again, I look around sports, I get it. That it's for some people their hometown team, or what you feel some sort of loyalty. Yeah, if everybody who played for the Cowboys were, people who'd grown up and lived within 150 miles of Dallas, I could get that maybe a little bit. It's not that way. Your thoughts on the NBA players wearing T-shirts that say, pay us what you owe us? If they did that economically, the players would be paying, I think, about $200,000 per player back to the WNBA. Those who know my history know I love women's college basketball, Lady Raider basketball, and have been a champion of women's sports. I was a champion of the WNBA early on. 27 years later, it can't make a profit. It can't do anything. Now it's been taken over agenda-wise as this little woke vehicle. It's a private playground for the players, and they have the audacity to come out there at the All-Star game wearing t-shirts saying, pay us what you owe us. You haven't turned a profit, ever. You're subsidized completely 3 different ways: private equity, NBA ownership, and other owners that have come in trying to keep this thing afloat. So then they conflate and say, all right, well, it's not about, it's not about profits, it's about revenue. We want the same percentage of revenue as the NBA players. We want our fair share of the revenue. The minute you go above 10% on the revenue that you barely bring in, WNBA players, nobody's there to work for you. You ain't got no coaches. You can't rent facilities. You have no structure. You have nothing. See, that's the difference, that they don't understand the economics. NBA players get 49-50% of the revenue because they generate so much. The other billions of dollars they generate funds the league, pays the owners, pays everybody who works there, and everybody makes a crap ton of money. If you're generating $1 million for your employer, you can have more of that. If you generate $50 for your employer and you want to take 50% of that, you're out of a job. But they don't care. They truly don't. They think they're owed it. That's why the word owe was on their t-shirt. They think they're doing exactly what NBA players are doing just because they're playing basketball. And they couldn't be more wrong. If I were the WNBA, and I'm not, I'd shut it down for 2 years and then come back and say, who wants to play at Skage, at whatever? And I'd try to make a go of it completely away from the NBA. It's all right, let's do this. Create a great product. Get out there, earn your money. You'll get paid whatever you get paid, but you're not going to get paid NBA money because you ain't playing in the NBA. Just because it says NBA next to the W doesn't mean you're in the NBA. Ohio Utah State women's sports. I do not. But I do respect economic realities, just like the Cowboys. They think that they will keep people from saying anything because if you do anything, you're going to be called sexist, racist, anti-women sports. I'd like to think I've built up enough credibility since the late 80s to have a voice in the conversation. If not, that's fine. Don't care. Finally tonight, Scotty Scheffler dominates the British Open. His son steals the show after the round is over. Awards ceremony, running up there, trips, falls, crowd getting into it. If you couldn't watch that and just not have just a completely awesome dad heart, I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't. I can't fix your life. That was on the good, bad, and ugly. That was the good and the great. But I do pose the question tonight: who's your favorite golfer right now and why? And if you're a Tech fan and you want to go Ludwig Gobert, that's fine. But let's say maybe take Gobert out of it. Like, who's your favorite golfer and why? Tell us that. Jerry Jones, Micha Parsons. I don't know if you're on a side or not. Your thoughts on what transpired today, good, bad, or indifferent. Texas Tech football plus 450 to make the college football playoff. Nobody's answered the question why Circus Sports has Texas Tech as the second best team in the Big 12 to make it. Why do you think that is? You tell me. And if there's something we're not hitting on tonight, I want you to get in. We will go as long as the conversation is good, profitable, and fun. Brought to you tonight by Fire and Ice Outdoor Living, Lubbock, Texas. Down there on Woodrow Road, back towards Lubbock Cooper High School. Check it out. Extreme Collision, paintless, dent repair. And United Supermarket handling all the chat line. So get in if you're on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. Get comments in, thoughts in on that tonight. Anything else on our YouTube channel, all free. And, of course, Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Chris, the reality is high school and college women's basketball is a better product than the WNBA. Then he clarifies with college. So we get in the idea of better product. What we really want to say here is a more entertaining product, because all professional sports is entertainment. No matter what you want to say, NFL, any other, it's all about entertainment. How many people can we get to watch, hold on to them, watch the longest amount of time, and get them to part with their money? It's entertainment. So we get into the idea, is women's college basketball more entertaining? Not a better product, not an athletic deal, a more entertaining product than the WNBA. And that's when you begin to assign value as a fan, just as an individual fan going, I value this with my time and my money more than I value that. That's all it is. No more, no less. Now, I find the WNBA, for the most part, unwatchable basketball. Up until about 02-04, I thought it was pretty decent watchable basketball. It was certainly being played at a higher level than college basketball at that time, women's college basketball. You had the original stars still in there. I thought it was a compelling product. Did I age out? Potentially. But what I've seen over the last, 5-10 years is a league that's more interested in off-the-court drama, off-the-court, really trying to sell you on a message than what I see on the court. And then I see them wear a shirt that says, oh, well, you signed a deal. You signed a contract. They don't owe you any more than that. They don't owe you any more of the percentage of revenue that you say you want, because if you get more of the revenue, you're out of a job. They actually ought to do that. That would be pretty cool. That would actually be pretty cool. Give them 50% of the revenue and then go out of business. All right, here you go. You got 50% of the revenue, just like the Mint. I'm sorry, we don't have any trainers today. Yeah, we're your commercial flights. We're on a bus. You're in a bus league now. I mean, we'd like to fly you, but we're spending 50% of the revenue that we don't make on you. Have a good time on the bus. Mark's on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media. Hard to stop drinking the Joey Kool-Aid. All right. Can we have this discussion again? I hate it when people say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Drinking the Kool-Aid is stupid. You don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Everybody at Jonestown who drank the Kool-Aid died. The Kool-Aid kills you. People use drinking the Kool-Aid now like, hey, it's a good thing I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I'm believing it's all going to be good. No. Don't say you're drinking the Kool-Aid. It's a dumb thing to say. Stupid. Don't say that. But if there was a better conference playoff parity balance, I'd feel good about Tech making the playoffs. So what you're saying, from a parity conference playoff standpoint, that you think the Big 12 is going to get hosed and only one gets in. Pretty much what I'm hearing right there. Circa has Tech at plus 450. I've yet to hear anybody say why they have Tech at plus 450, Kansas State at plus 400, and then everybody else basically behind Tech and Kansas State. Why do you think one of the most sharp, respected sports books has Texas Tech regarded so highly? And that's pretty good. That's not bad. Plus 450, that's really pretty good. Why do you think that number is what it is? Nobody's said it yet. I'll go another 8 minutes, maybe. Alan, what makes the WNBA compelling is constantly getting clotheslined on the court. It's unwatchable. Did Caitlin Clark live through tonight's game? Tune in at 10. Scotty Scheffler's son, says Lance, wearing a Nike shirt. You think he was getting an endorsement? Darn right. You getting to see the little swoosh on the pacifier? A little passy action going on. Mom finally took the pacifier away after a little bit of the celebration on the green. The kid was like, hey, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Stole the show. So cool to watch. Who is your favorite golfer right now? Alan, he knows. He actually, and I can't speak to this because I have inside knowledge. Sportsbooks have the script already. I'll take a top 2 finish in the conference today. I mean, there's a basic economic reason why Tech is right now plus 450 at Circa to make the college football playoff. Jason gets on the YouTube channel, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. Enjoy, share, like. Thank you for being out there. Odds 450. Will that get better? Plus 600. They think 450 will bring in cash. We're getting closer. We're getting closer here. And no, I don't think it's going to go north. I think if anything, it goes to 400 as more money comes in. If more money comes in, maybe more money doesn't come in. You got Jerry Jones, Micha Parsons. I mean, I've never done it. I feel like I should send a professional Christmas card and thank you note every year to Jerry Jones and the Cowboys for making my life easy, literally since they bought the club in my inception in sports radio in the late 80s, early 90s, the Williams and Hyatt show days, everything. Jerry Jones has given me gold for going on near 40 years. Has made my life as a sports broadcaster so easy. All I have to do is wake up every day and go, what did Jerry Jones do dumb today? I should send him something. I really should. Like a canned ham. Seems like that'd be nice. We didn't get into Stephen Colbert, but we did on 60 Seconds of Raiderland. So you guys check that out every morning. We release it around 11 o'clock, give or take, depends on the schedule. Our thoughts on the day, on the news of the day. Today it was focusing on WNBA and Stephen Colbert, and really they're the same people and the same people supporting the players and the same people supporting Stephen Colbert don't understand economics. So check that out. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on our page, theraiderland.com. All right. You might want to clarify that one. I'm not sure what it has to do with, unless it's short stuff. Colbert sucks. Yeah, but Oklahoma, well, never mind. I mean, the whole Colbert thing is just like the WNBA. You're losing your employer $40 million a year. If he were making CBS $40 million a year, they wouldn't care what his politics were. It wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. He could be liberal, conservative, anything. But he wasn't funny. He alienated half the country. The ratings, they can sit there and say, well, they had the highest rated late night show on network television. That means nothing anymore. Go see Greg Gutfeld tonight if you want to see ratings. He wasn't fired over politics. He's fired because he wasn't making him any money. And they're losing money. Well, but they're just trying to, Paramount's trying to strike a deal with new owners, you know. Well, guess what? When you're with a company and they're trying to sell the company and you're costing the company $40 million, the new owners are like, yeah, can we get rid of that dead weight over there? We might buy it if you can get rid of that crap. Oh, yeah, hold on a second. Having gone through that multiple times in the world of radio after the Deregulation Act of 1996, Telecom Deregulation Act, I think I can speak to a little bit on how ownership looks at non-performing entities. And there you go. Ben DeJet, not Benny and the Jets, just one Ben DeJet. Glad they finally came that Tech gets the nod due to there being too much talent to ignore. It's what UT and OU enjoyed annually. All right, so a few minutes left. Here's why Circa has Tech at plus 450 right behind Kansas State. It's very simple. Mathematically, they have ascertained, and for those of you in Muleshoe, that means they've looked at it, studied it. The smart people there at the book who understand college football intrinsically have looked at it and said, you know what? This team has talent. It's got pretty good coaching. We like the schedule they're playing. We can't have outside liability outstanding on this team. We've got to price them at plus 450. Otherwise, we're going to get attacked at 600, 750, and we're going to have a huge amount of liability on Texas Tech if we don't price it here. So when we say a book has liability, that means they're on the hook for bets, and they don't want to be paying that out. In a simpler fashion, they looked at Tech and said, they're a pretty good bet out of the Big 12 to get to the college football playoff. We don't want to have a lot of money riding on that thing. Put them at 450. That's the ultimate respect. And again, I tell you this because Circa, if it was some slap-ass book out there, Treasure Island or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. I probably wouldn't be talking about that tonight. But this is really one of the sharpest. I consider Circa and South Point the two sharpest books back in the day, and maybe even still today, Westgate a little bit. But when I see Derek Stevens and Mike Palm and them hanging that number there, what I'm seeing right there is a lot of respect, knowing, and let's not confuse media polls and coaches polls. You know, they had some outstanding liability on Arizona State last year, and I think they learned from that a little bit in the Big 12. But the reason why your team is the second best shot to get there, they understand the talent that's brought in. They understand the coaching. No more, no less. It's a fiduciary transaction. And it's the ultimate respect to me in college football right now. When books look at you and say, holy crap, we can't have a lot of money hanging out on Texas Tech. That means more to me than some slap-ass reporter putting them at whatever in a poll, some, website sitting there going, whatever. When Derek Stevens and Mike Palm and Circa Sports say, we can't have a lot of money on this, riding on this, that tells me you're moving in the right direction. Does it guarantee anything? No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We didn't mention it. We didn't have time to slug it before we went on. Indeed, Josh Young called back up by the Rangers. He's back in the lineup tonight. The Rangers starting the night at 50-50. I think I got that right. So good news there. I hope this is not a showcase deal for the next week, that the Rangers might be trying to put him back in the lineup, see if he has a nice little stretch, and then trade his ass. Because we're still trying to figure out Rangers right now, buyers or sellers. 3 out of the wild card. I am loath of teams typically buying at the deadline as a wild card team to get in. But here's where I would violate that with the Rangers. And nobody's going to get in real quick to do this. 2 best pitchers you got. What? DeGrom, Eovaldi, right? Can you win short series in the postseason with those 2 guys, as opposed to winning 162 games and putting up a lot? Can you win short series with those 2 guys if you can score enough runs? Yeah. And that's where baseball now is at this weird deal where not everything that translates over 162 translates into the short series into the postseason. If you got 2.5 quality starters, and you can do some things, you can beat good teams. Not guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. So I was kind of watching, and Young, I believe it had 2 home runs, or home runs in back-to-back games before getting called up today. I think that was the case. Hopefully his mind is right. Hopefully he's settled down. First real setback he's ever had in baseball. High school, college, or pro. How will he react to that in coming back? But the thought did cross my mind, if you're the Rangers, and you could dangle out somebody maybe that if you needed to sweeten the pot with a guy who, quite frankly, got sent down to the minors, you could be that guy. All right, you guys are the best. Enjoyed it. We will be with you in the morning, theraiderland.com. Tuesday's best. We'll give you the top. You guys jump in on that. We're going to post this on the website. We're going to have it on social media. I want you to share it. I want you to grow what we do. It's not hard to do. I want you to subscribe to all of our platforms. Right now, it's Raiderland on YouTube. We're over 500. Next stop, 1,000. I ain't kidding. I want 1,000. By the time football starts, 500 in August. What is that a day? Corbin, do the math. I want 500 more, 1,000 by the start of August. All right? We can do that, right? And I assume everybody's with us on Twitter at Ryan Hyatt Media. And I assume everybody's with us on Facebook. But if not, you can do that. Oh, anytime somebody says 100% agree, I'm going to click back on a comment and finish on that. 100% agree. Huge compliment to be such a high favorite coming into the season. No reason to shy away from it. Don't understand why some Tech fans are. Some Tech fans have a scarcity mentality. They're afraid of expectation, and they don't embrace the idea, that it's a privilege to have pressure upon you. Some people are still wedded to the old, we do more with less. We're just a bunch of gritty, whatever. That's a bunch of crap. Go be great. Do great things. All you people out there, go be great, do great things. We'll see you in the morning, theraiderland.com.